What is happening, everybody? It's Vicious here, and today I want to do a little bit of a social experiment. All right, I looked up Ghosts of Yotei, and you know what I'm about to say about this video, and you know what I'm about to say about the controversy. You know what I'm going to say about everything. You know how I gotta kind of combat these weirdos that just sprouted up in this era. People that are my age, people are a little bit younger than me, maybe a little bit older than me too. They're all just all over the place when it comes to what should be in a game, what has been in a game before. It's like some of these people are like gamers that just started being gamers like within the past, like, I don't know, 4 years. Like they've never gamed before in their life, and they just come to these epiphanies about like certain characters being in games of certain sexes or genders, and it's a little tiresome. I'm tired of this whole situation that we have going on in the gaming industry, because we gotta like keep proverbially punching these people in the mouth because they're awful, man. Like they're just the worst type of people. And Ghost of Yotei, I'm close to the Ghost of Tsushima series. I feel like I platinumed the game, and I got the PS4, PS5 version. I played online heavy, and I really like Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima was a really cool game. It's a game about a samurai who comes back from the brink of death and starts developing these techniques to help his country fight back against an invasion. And through this whole game, he learns these techniques, and they're not approved by a lot of the samurai. Samurai believe in honor tactics and facing people straight up. And what Ghost of Tsushima basically does is it shows you how basically the art of ninjutsu and well, maybe not ninjutsu, maybe the art of shinobi got invented, I guess. Because that's what you are. You are a ninja, you are a shinobi if you choose to be, or you could be a samurai. Don't matter. But yeah, that was what Ghost of Tsushima is about. And Ghost of Yotei is, I believe, 300 years after Ghost of Tsushima. So this could potentially be a descendant of Jin Sakai. So, I find all this interesting. I think that, having new weapons and new abilities, I'm curious to see like the new ghost skills. Like, what are you going to be able to do stealth wise that you couldn't do in the previous game? Maybe something cooler. Like maybe you can, cling to ceilings. Maybe the parkour could be better. Who knows? I'm excited at every prospect of this game. I can't wait to see the cool new outfits. I like how this character has the white ghost mask, which you get from sparing. I believe you get it from sparing the life of your uncle or something. I kind of spoiled the game. Well, it's been out for some years. If you want to see what I'm talking about, you can play it on Steam or you can play it on PlayStation. But I YouTube Ghost of Yotei, and I got this 4.4 million view video, which has 262K likes and 16K dislikes. All right, and there's some controversy. And let's talk about the controversy. Let's watch this video about the controversy. And he's not really saying much in this portion of the video. I already saw a little bit of it when I tried to record earlier. Ran into some issues and, fix those issues. And, here we are again. He said that this was a level-headed take from Baldur, which I have to agree with, honestly. Baldur normally says the dumbest things ever. And unless it's something. That's how these right wingers work, though. Like if they like something, they will do the best they can to act like they don't see anything wrong with something that goes against their values, right? So a good example of this is that Endymion clown who sucked off the devs for Baldur's Gate and acted like Baldur's Gate was like the craziest, coolest game ever and the best game. And, the Western developers are running scared because of Larian. And, everybody found out he's a complete buffoon. And every character that you play with in Baldur's Gate is pansexual. And also you can customize if they have whatever genitalia you please. Like, oh my gosh, like that guy is such an idiot. And he has 200K people following him. and he makes constant contradictions about himself. Like, it's so stupid. Like, and because Baldur's Gate is one of the most successful games probably ever, they won't say anything about it being successful. They'll just be like, oh, the woke in this game. Like, they'll talk about Concord all day, which I don't care for Concord. I think Sony spent too much money on it. I think that there's an argument there that they could have spent less on that game and the game would have been okay and people wouldn't have like made such a big deal about it. And that's just my thing. But people were saying how that game had a bunch of DEI characters, which is stupid. Like, you can't have characters in a game that aren't white anymore. It's so dumb. But let's listen to this.
Who I have no problem with Nina. We had a disagreement on this particular topic, and we had a lot of back and forth, but I don't have any problems with Nina. Nina's always been really nice and always been supportive of Geeks and Gamers and myself, and so I have no problem with Nina whatsoever. I just have a disagreement with this particular post, and we had a lot of reactions and responses to that, and like I often do on Twitter, I am a sarcastic asshole, and I will get...
Hold on, a round of applause for this guy who self-identifies as a sarcastic asshole. Congratulations, buddy. Everybody knows you're a sarcastic asshole. Hee hee ha ha. It's not funny, man. It's not funny and it's not cool. You should get help. People who say this about themselves, get help. You're not funny. You're not cool. People don't think it's like edgy cool. They just think you're weird.
Into the weeds, but ultimately no issues at all with Nina. Now, in terms of this post, she says, why are so many dudes freaking out about Ghost of Yotei being a female protagonist? If the story is good, what's the problem? And my argument there is that it's not just a dude problem. Like, there are people that have questions because of what we have seen in the last decade with the entertainment industry, and it's okay to have those questions. But if you want to...
No, it's kind of not okay to have those questions because, like, what exactly are your questions? You didn't say anything when Tomb Raider came out in 1990s. You didn't say nothing about that. This chick was doing all these acrobatic flips that didn't make any sense and shooting things with, like, pinpoint accuracy with unlimited ammo and everything. Like, Lara Croft could defeat every single thing that a normal man could not defeat, but, like, nobody says anything about that. You think Melanie Mack says anything about that? No, because Melanie Mack is in the sunken place. Even though she's not black, she's in the sunken place somehow. She's on some like Handmaiden Tale bullshit or whatever. But yeah, it's not okay to have questions like that because it makes you come off as weird and strange. You're a strange fucking person, man.
Talk about
who sees a female protagonist and they're like, I don't know. Like, there's so many different female protagonists, right? And let's go ahead and Google, right? I don't know why I have this on both screens. Bayonetta. Nobody says anything about Bayonetta because Bayonetta gets naked sometimes. And I think that that's the lamest thing ever about, like, the gaming communities that we have nowadays, right? Oh, she gets naked, so she's the okay female protagonist that can beat anybody. All right. Nobody says anything about 2B either. You can probably guess why. Look at these freaking statues, right? Look, all you can see is ass crack. Nobody says anything about this because they obviously want to have sex with this imaginary thing, right? And it is what it is. Like, that's your kink. Don't make it, my thing. Don't project your feelings about how a protagonist should be onto me. And there's also Hibana from Nightshade. I was waiting to bring this up, honestly. I remember seeing an article when I was younger because Nightshade came out when I was like a preteen on PS2. Yes, PS2. That's right. And I remember the article saying, what was the name of the protagonist from Shinobi? Ryu? Or something like that. They said, I like Shinobi, but Ryu can't shake it like that. I would say Nightshade is actually superior to Shinobi on PS2 for multiple reasons. Multiple reasons. You don't constantly die. The character is cool. I like the character's design. It's not really overly sexualized either. You just see some arm. She's a kunoichi. If we look up kunoichi, I don't know that I haven't let that guy say too much yet, but one second. Let me take this call. All right, now where was I? Kunoichi. I think that's what I was about to do. Look up kunoichi. Kunoichi. Kunoichi is a Japanese term that refers to a female ninja or practitioner of ninjutsu. The word is made up of Japanese words for woman, ku, no, ichi, and translates to 9 plus 1 in English. All right. Kunoichi. What else do we have about Kunoichi? I mean, I don't even know what else to look up about Kunoichi, but the term exists and female ninjas exist. By the way, here's Taki from Soul Calibur. Soul series, I should say, because she's in Soul Blade. Even though you'll never see... Oh, wait, hey. Is that Soul Calibur? Yeah, that's Soul Calibur artwork. That's why I'm not so familiar with it. This is Soul Blade right here. Here she is. This is a female ninja. And... yeah, she has big boobs. Yeah, what of it? Let's go, though.
About dudes and their opinions. Well, the majority of gamers are dudes, and the majority says that this game has an overwhelming positive ratio on YouTube for the reveal trailer. 231,000 upvotes.
That's normally how these trailers go. That's the thing. Like, people like this will sometimes cling to, like, you know, the negative likes, or the negative likes. What does that even mean? The dislikes on a video, like the Prince of Persia Lost Crown video. There was a lot of, like, negativity when that game was first announced, and everybody loves that game because it's a good Metroidvania.
To 12,000 downvotes. So all those dudes actually are overwhelmingly positive and supportive of this game, while a large...
I think that this is something that's kind of silly. Like, he's conflating people. Like, who's to say that those people that were saying that, you know, they were concerned about a female being in the game aren't in the 12K? Like, he's making it seem like, oh, well, all the dudes that are playing the game, they like it because they're part of the 231K. Like, no, you guys are the 12K, actually, that are making this, like, question, like, this weird, strange question of, oh, why is there a female protagonist? Like, what is wrong with you, man? Can't you, there's like 100,000 games with dude protagonists.
Large portion of them are probably asking questions because they're like, well, this looks really good, and I love Ghost of Tsushima. But is this going down the wrong direction? Are we going to get fooled because this has happened?
Again, you guys are like this very small. You see this bar here? You guys are the bit that make up this portion. If I'm not going to rule out that there are some of them that like this, that are making up the question of, oh, why is there a woman? But you know, it seems more likely you would just dislike it if that's the case, right? If you think it's going down some weird path because of the way gaming has been the past, like, decade or so. Like, I don't know.
Time and time.
Even though I showed you guys, like, several female characters that are very strong and are in similar roles to Atsu. That's her name right there, Atsu.
Again, and it's completely okay to ask those questions. It is completely okay. And I said this, as I said on my stream today, I do not think the new Ghost of Yotei game looks woke based on what we have actually seen in the trailer for the marketing. Regardless of what my opinion might be, I still think every single person has the right to question every single thing coming out of the entertainment industry based on what we have been seeing in the last decade. None of these companies deserve your optimism. They have to earn it. End of discussion. And that is my stance right there. I'm not going to move off of that stance. That is the stance right there. End of the...
What is with these guys that are so entitled that they just think that, oh, well, they need to earn your optimism? Like, what the fuck? Why can't I just be optimistic for something that I feel like is going to be a success based off of the gameplay and the story of the last game? You know, I bought Final Fantasy VII Rebirth day one, and I knew the game was going to be good, even if the game was, even if it had like very similar combat to Final Fantasy VII Remake. I had no reason to question them or anything. I knew they might have changed some things, and they did change some things. They added a couple more people of color to the game, and you know, that's whatever. Like, I you know, that's nice. I appreciate it, but like overall, the game was just good to me, and I enjoyed the game. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And you know, I could say the same thing about like Stellar Blade. From what I had seen, I had no reason to not be optimistic for the game, right? I could say the same thing for Horizon Forbidden West. Like, there's so many games that just didn't disappoint me. And, like, it's so pathetic these crybabies get on Twitter and get on YouTube and they cry woke. Like, I can't stop making fun of you guys because you're just the biggest bitches I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like, you know, the funny thing about this is the irony is this game is going to sell so much regardless, even if the character came out as like being a woman or something along those lines. This game is going to sell so much and do so well, and mark my words, nobody is going to care. There's going to be, like, when I say nobody, there's going to be some people that care, but they're going to be so minuscule that it's just going to be left in the mud. Like, nobody's going to care about what they have to say. They're going to be like, dude, if you don't like the game, that's fine, but like the reason for you not liking the game is strange. Like, why does a trans person scare you so much?
Discussion. So with stuff like this, I just don't think that it's helpful to generalize men being angry. I think it's okay to generalize gamers being angry and having questions, because that...
I don't think it's healthy to generalize gamers being angry, especially when there's like female gamers. Like, I just played at my girlfriend's house yesterday. We were playing Call of Duty. Not my favorite game, but like it was fun to play with her. I just played with her yesterday, and you know, it was fun. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she would care about this. I don't think she does care about this. Like, well, no, I sent her the trailer for this, and she said that looks fun, it looks awesome. So you can't really generalize that as women, because why would a woman be mad at a woman protagonist? Stupid, very dumb logic and reasoning.
That is truly what's going on here. But generally speaking, numbers don't lie. And if something has a negative ratio, we're going to tell you how negative that ratio is and how people are very unhappy. Well, guess what? That's a positive ratio. So that would mean that the majority of dudes that are into these games are happy about this game. However, some have questions, some have strong opinions, and there's nothing wrong with that at all.
You know what? I'll say this. These people love civility, but they hate treating people like equals, and they hate treating people with respect, right? At the same time, like, if I were to talk with this guy, I don't think that it would be like a kind conversation, because I would keep it G at first, but then I would start to probably have some sort of like irritation at the way this guy talks, because he's talking very he's talking like, you know, having a bunch of guys say something about a game, like, that just makes them automatically like the superior the superior group. Like, oh yeah, guys are most gamers are guys. Like, okay, even if that is true, what the fuck? Why can't we have women say something about how they feel about women in games? It's really stupid, right? That's like that's kind of like the reason why electoral colleges exist. If you guys didn't know, electoral colleges existed because there were way back in the day a bunch of states in the United States. They swung one way and then swing another way, right? So they invented the electoral colleges so minorities and women, etc., will have a chance, right? Because they decide, like, oh yeah, well, I don't know how they decided, but electoral colleges exist because at one point in time there were dickheads like this that said, oh, we're the majority, we get to decide everything. And if we would have had history continue like that, then, you know, this would be a much different place. This would be more like, you know, fascist Germany back in like World War II, because people like this would be like, yeah, I don't want to see this gay, I don't want to see this trans, I don't want to see a woman in a movie type situation, I don't want a woman to vote. Those are very popular things back in the day, you see, but they change because that's misogyny, you know. I don't want black people to vote, they're not the majority, that's racist, you know. Like, yeah, because you're the minority now, like, you want to make it seem like, oh, well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, you are a hateful person. You are negativity. Nobody wants negativity except negative people, you know. And Osmongold is up there, too. Osmongold, is he a very popular streamer? For sure. For sure he is. But, you know, also, there's other popular streamers that go in the opposite direction of Osmongold. As a matter of fact, Osmongold's been getting ratioed a couple of times recently. You know what I mean? Let's see. Osmongold and his fans share the only brain cell they have. Look at what his chat is saying about and what he said.
I thought this clip was absolutely hilarious right here.
23K likes.
Asmongold, let's just watch this.
can't see what he's saying. What the chat is saying. Women, X woke.
Do I have to play as a girl? Can I play as a...
That's not funny. Like, you see how corny these people are? I had to play as a girl. Oh my god. What a sissy. What a, yeah, I'll just say it. Asmongold looks like a twink, and so does this guy. You know what I'm saying? What in the world are we doing when we have these clowns trying to dictate, like, how gaming is moving?
The guy?
And then
That's not even funny, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You know, I hate to explain comedy, but there was nothing funny about that. There was nothing ironic. There was nothing that suspended your disbelief. There was nothing. It's like, I hate playing as women. Like, what a bitch.
that's kind of the question that a lot of people were asking, and it's a fair question.
It's a dumb question.
Very fair question, and I have no problem with that one.
You know what's funny? In fighting games, you guys know I'm a fighting game connoisseur, but there's like a bunch of fighting games that are just women, right? Skullgirls has like 2 men, but like Skullgirls is a majority of women. I'd say, I don't know how many characters that game has at this point. Like, I didn't really play it too much like after like the first DLC, but I want to say there's like 20 characters, and there's probably 2 of them that are guys. You know, the game is called Skullgirls, right? There's a Sailor Moon fighting game, right? There's a Sailor Moon fighting game. What is it called? Street Fighting Battle Royale. Yeah, guess what? It's filled with women, and it's played at like Combo Breaker or something like that, like every year. It's crazy. Now, I'm trying to think of that other one. Weapon-based female game. What the hell is it called? I don't remember the name of that female fighting game. I am trying to remember the name of that game so bad. So bad. It's like DAI something. Oh my goodness. Die. I don't remember the name of that fighting game, but it's mainly women. And then there's also Nitro Plus Blasters. I surprisingly like this game. It's not good, but I surprisingly like it. It's filled with women, anime women. But, you know, what do these clowns do when there's a character in a fighting game and have to play as them, like, briefly? Soul Calibur 5 comes to mind. So Soul Calibur 5 had a protagonist, and his name was Patroclus. This is Patroclus. He's the protagonist of the game. His main antagonist ends up being his sister, Pyrrha. And Pyrrha, you do have to play with her at some point. This is Pyrrha. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's a little annoying. When you play a fighting game, you want to play with the character indefinitely. Like, you want to find your character. But they make you play with her because it's a story mode thing. In Mortal Kombat 9... probably like the most infamous, well, I don't know if I say infamous, but this game brought Mortal Kombat back, and there's a bunch of characters in this game. Hold on a second. There's a bunch of characters in this game, right? If we look at it, you have to play with every single character, if I remember correctly. No, you didn't play with a lot of the bad characters, but you definitely play with Jade, you play with Kitana, you play with Sonya Blade. Like, there's 3 characters you gotta play with to beat the story, right? And it's not like a bother. It's really just like, do I like playing with this character or not? Because, you know, I might be playing with Sub-Zero over here, and Sub-Zero is my favorite character ever. You know what I mean? I could understand that, but like, just being a bitch about like having to play with a woman is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Whatsoever. Now, the problem is that the actress involved with this project is a problem.
Why?
a pretty big problem, and she seems to be an
Hold on a second. Old man Grimm. For those of you worried about how woke tarded this game is going to end up being, or how much intersectionality, bro, that is so lame, man. Like, imagine, like, being that much of a pussy. Old man Grimm is a pussy. Imagine being that big of a pussy that, seeing a person that you don't expect to see just ruins your day. I don't want to play this game because I'm a huge pussy. I might see something and it might make my dick tingle. Like, what a loser, bro. What a loser. This guy's a loser. This person is going to bring to the role. Let's delve into some of her posts from Twitter over the last 7 years, see how much exactly she worships at the altar of wokeness. What a strange thing to say, man. I'm sorry. These people, that's another thing about these people. They love to get on these soapboxes and like preach to their own kind like that. Like, dude, you're so weird, right? Like, what about her posts? Like, she's an actor. She's an actress. She's going to do what is written, right? She's going to act how she's supposed to act, and she's going to say the line she's supposed to say. What does it have to do? Why are you looking at her tweets? This is strange. Like, as long as she didn't do nothing hateful or say something racist, which, honestly, that's what people should be mad at. You know why people don't like people to be racist or for people to be hateful, right? It's because it is something that it negatively impacts people, right? So if you attack negativity with negativity, I get it, it's a net negative. But at the same time, like, you're making those people embarrassed, like, right? Like, if she's embarrassing you fucking dweebs that can't play a game with a girl or else you'll piss your pants, like, I think that's a net positive. Drive these motherfuckers back under the rock.
Woke person, and she has been mass blocking everyone on social media, and some people she's not even interacting with. Here's Cabrutus who says, but I didn't even know who she was. So this is
who's Cabrutus? That's not telling me anything, but I didn't even know who she was. Maybe she blocked him because he said something racist before. Maybe she blocked him because he is like some sort of like misogynist that post weird things. Maybe he's into AI porn. I don't know who Cabrutus is. Why would you automatically highlight him as like this great person?
This is the announcement right here, and it's just people are questioning it.
It's going to be a DEI woke they them samurai game, isn't it? God, I hope I'm wrong. What a bitch. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Working with the whole team was a joy and an honor. Look at how nice this was versus how volatile this is. This is why people like this are clowns and nobody wants to be around them in real life.
It's gonna be a
Yo, I bet this guy, he hates when people pick Peach or Daisy on Mario Kart Double Dash.
I woke they them samurai game,
or Toadette,
isn't it? God, I hope I'm wrong. That's a question. That is a question. That is not someone saying like, F this game, I'm done. They're asking the question after they know that it already has the female lead in it. So even...
God, I hope I'm wrong. Like, yeah, no, he didn't say outright he hated it, but like, you can read between the lines there. God, I hope I'm wrong, or else I won't buy the game. Basically, is what came next in his mind. It's a dog whistle, dog.
With it having a female lead, they're still holding out.
Who does he think he's fooling?
Could not have the wokeness and the BS in it, and there's nothing wrong with asking those questions at all. But she's mass blocking.
I'm sorry, I find something so funny and ironic about like these people that like think they're so intelligent and like analyze people's personalities and like the actors and actresses and everything, and like they got like the most simplistic thing going on in the background. This Mario Kart Double Dash from like, when did that come out? 2003, 2004, and it's like the most inoffensive game you could possibly play unless like you're Italian or something. And I don't know, it just seems like it matches his personality. He didn't grow up past 2004, and he needs to play a game that's so inoffensive to everybody that has like little mushrooms that give your little cart a boost. Like, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with Mario Kart. I'm not clowning people who like Mario Kart. I'm just simply clowning this guy because it's just indicative of the type of person he is. That's the game you're playing on your background. Like, you know, that came out years ago. You're not playing Mario Kart 8?
People. And here's
what is that shit back there?
Some of the things that she has said right here. You can read some of these things. I'm not going to read them right here, but you can read right there what she said.
Oh my God. For Halloween, I'm going to wear a sexy white bird costume, but only honk and be extremely shitty to people all night. Okay. Now, so let me tell you this. Because I might like somebody, or I might, you know, think somebody is okay, I don't think everything they do is funny. Like, this is definitely probably, you know, I don't know how to say it. Like, it's something that I feel like my girl will laugh at or something, right? I'm not going to laugh at it. I don't think it's that funny, really. I don't think it's funny. It is what it is. Why is he pointing at this like this is like the worst thing ever? Who cares? Like, I don't care about this. It got 66 likes. It wasn't that crazy.
And how she's going to dress up for Halloween. And
how she's going to dress up for Halloween, and I fucking hate this.
Imagine if a white person said that about another race. How would that go over?
What the fuck did he just say? I don't even understand what the hell that's supposed to mean. For Halloween, I'm gonna wear a sexy white bird costume. So she's wearing a white costume, and there's a beak here. Sexy white bird costume. It's got some feathers on it. Look at how stupid this guy is, man. You know, and that's the thing about these type of videos. It takes like 50 minutes to like you know, go over why everything they're saying is stupid. And like for them, they could just be like, well, what if a white person said that about an Asian? Like, you missed the point. It went over your fucking bald head.
And that's imagine if a white person said that about another race. How would that go over?
That makes no sense. If Steven Yeun wins an Academy Award, there will officially be more acting Oscars won by real Asians than by white people in yellowface. Ah, well, hey, that's a good point. You know, because there are white people that dress in yellowface and black. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say blackface consistently. The last blackface was Robert Downey Jr. Like, fight me about it. I don't care what the movie's message was. I never really watched the movie. I heard people telling me, oh, it's not what the movie was about. I don't care. I'm not judging Robert Downey Jr. for it. I'm just saying it is blackface, you know. It's inescapable. The niggas had blackface on. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not saying he needs to be canceled for it. I'm just saying it's a textbook. It's just blackface. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with her saying this. This nigga got 59 likes on that.
Here's another one.
It's pathetic. Nobody's even. There was like 2.2K people that like what he said, and like 59 people like this.
Very, very controversial and interesting tweets.
She's very pretty. I am privileged to go running and generally live my life without fear for my safety due to the color of my skin. It's a right everyone deserves. Demand justice for those who live oppressed. That's nothing wrong with that.
Being said by this lady who
1.5K versus 53 likes
is blocking everyone, and I'm not sure that it would be.
Look, you don't have the right to bother people. Like, here's the thing about these people. They think that they have the right to bother you. Like, them blocking you is them winning. Like, no, you're an annoying loser. You lost another person not lost another person. I'm not going to be so presumptuous. I'm going to say this. There's another person on this planet that doesn't want to talk to you. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'll take this call. All right, getting back to it. Had a loved one drop off some cake for me. All right, so like I was saying, you guys don't have the right to bother people infinitely. That's kind of like why the internet is so good in some ways, because when you don't want to talk to somebody, you don't have to talk to anybody for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk to this dude, right? She doesn't want to talk to this guy. She didn't want to talk to that clown that she blocked earlier. Good. Like, I get that. Get this mug away from me. He's a weirdo. He's a loser. Maybe they disagree on something. Maybe there's something deeper. I don't know. He could be lying about, like, not even saying anything to her. Maybe he said something that was, like, very outlandish. You know, most of these channels do. Like, this guy just said something about what if a white person said that? Like, yeah, what if a white person said that? It would probably be very racist if a white person were to take that very normal thing that she said and convert it into a race thing, like you did, you fucking strange idiot.
For people to look into her social media history if she was just cast, but the fact that she's
Juneteenth. Black nonprofits often receive aid in boom or bust cycles. This year, consider making a monthly pledge. Whether you donate, volunteer, or commit to learning, please join me in my quest to be intentional? I'm sorry. I don't know why I read that as international. Intentional and sustainable. I'm supporting Juneteenth.
blocking people.
Something wrong with that. That had 48 likes and this nigga retweeted it. What a fucking loser. Look, he retweeted that. He's like, I can't believe she believes in like an actual celebration of black people getting their liberation from us.
And without some people not even interacting with her, that's a big problem.
The answer is that Elon Musk blocks people that don't even interact with him. What are you talking about? Like, and this is one of the things that you're into. You're into Trump and Elon Musk. You would suck their dicks if they said, hey, would you suck my dick, please? Not even please. They said, hey, I haven't gotten my dick sucked today. I was wondering if you had any time available to suck my dick within the next 10 minutes. He would probably be like, oh, yes, sir, Elon, sir. Please. I would love to do that as long as you can ban this girl from Twitter because she says something about being a goose for Halloween.
Problem right there. So you're just going to continue to see. She's just saying all of these horrible things right here. And
there's nothing horrible about what she said, man. She's supporting people of color, minorities, and what was the other thing? I didn't even look because I was looking at this cake. Black Lives Matter. Still, every morning, America wakes up to another act of violence and oppression against black citizens. If you care about your country, about humanity, continue to decry the racism in the system and donate to organizations that work for change. Okay, yeah, that's nothing bad about that. Okay, is it bad to hate racism? That's what you're telling me?
People are going to
What's this? Hold on. I had to keep going through these things like one by one.
People are going.
Our hearts are broken over today's terrible tragedy in New Zealand. Please know we are working vigilantly to remove any violent footage. I hope now you understand that you have a responsibility not to give hatred a voice. Islamophobia and white supremacy do not deserve a platform. The site allows people to disseminate good messages and create loving communities. Protect those. Don't give power to messages of hate. Exactly.
Have problems with that.
There's nothing wrong with this, man. So this clown is done. I got nothing else to really say about it. I think that he's a clown and he has how many subs? He has 409k subs, and I bet half of these guys think this dude is like really partial. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a thumbs down. And you know what? Since the majority of gamers aren't a complete fucking idiot like this guy, I'm gonna say the majority of gamers hate this actually, or they're asking questions about why this guy is an idiot. I think everybody that likes this, they're asking questions about why is this guy so stupid and saying things that don't make any sense about a woman. I don't know, but I'm gonna like the video just because I like when people make content. That's what I feel like is happening here. I'm gonna make a delusion of grandeur made up story like this guy here. Video game companies have not earned our trust. What a clown. So that's the first video. Okay, big reveal news. Why is there a ... Let's see what else we got here. Ubisoft worst nightmare. Okay, potentially, yeah, it is kind of funny, isn't it? All right. This is mostly positive, which is hilarious. What is this? All right, so I know this video is going on a long time, and I'm going to compress it so it's not like an incredibly like crazy video when it comes to like uploading. I want this uploaded like by like 9 or so tonight if I can. But look at this. So she was just singing the praises of Ghost of Tsushima, and now she's on it, baby. She is on it. Vara Dark is back, and she's ready for action. She's ready to get that fucking I don't know what you call this face, man. This mid-ass fucking six face. She's ready to dive straight deep into this shit with this six face.
Of executives within the industry have no idea what's really going on, why so many gamers are so upset with the decisions that...
It's a game and entertainment. A story of a team of creators believes in, let's see, they want to make this. Okay. 2, it's a game. If you don't like it, don't buy it. In fact, why not make the game you want yourself?
That they're making and projects they're
Interesting.
greenlighting. And now Shawn Layden, a former PlayStation boss, is melting down over the fact that people are criticizing the lead actress of the new Ghost of Tsushima sequel, Ghosts of Yotei. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and
I want to let you guys know that Ghost of Tsushima sold millions of copies, right? So even if there's like 90K people that don't like it or like get the 90K likes on Twitter, that's meaningless.
consider supporting through Patreon or...
That means that the amount of people that buy the game is going to go from 9 million to 8 million and 8.9 million. That's what it means.
YouTube memberships. Now, I loved Ghost of Tsushima. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And the first teaser that we got for Yotei...
What did you think about there being 2 warriors in the game that were women?
Doesn't look half bad. The problem lies within the fact that they have picked a radical activist as the lead actress. Will that shine through in the final product? We have no idea at this point. We haven't seen enough to judge, but people are simply pointing out her history, and he's now melting down saying, if you don't like it, don't buy it. This is
which is like a simple concept to understand. You know, I didn't care for Concord. I didn't say anything bad about it. And guess what? Concord, like, dissipated out of existence.
Place article, it says the former Sony chairman Shawn Layden told...
You would think they would have learned from the Harry Potter game, right? That Hogwarts Legacy. When you try and counter protest against a game for like the silliest, well, not the silliest reasons. People didn't have a silly reason to counter protest Hogwarts Legacy. They had a very legitimate reason. I feel like their energy was misplaced because JK didn't make the game and she's already a millionaire. And after the game is done, has been done, she's a millionaire still, you know. But like, that game sold a lot just out of counter protests.
Old gamers, if they are uninterested or don't like the Tsushima sequel, they should not buy it. He shared his comments while reacting to YouTuber Endymion's initial reaction to the game's trailer. He wrote, Ghost of Tsushima's sequel stars a Japanese woman samurai warrior because of course it does. They can't help themselves until every...
It's funny. Look at her eyes.
...that was built on masculinity is replaced with...
There's nothing going on behind those eyes. Like, she's on autopilot. Even though she is a woman, she's like, I can't believe... she's agreeing with this clown who loves pansexuals. I could say, you know what? You guys think... What do you think? You think Endymion is gay? You think he's pansexual because, like, you know, he has all these judgmental things that he says about other gamers, but he loves a game that's filled with pansexual characters that are pansexual no matter what?
Women. Now, I like his YouTube content, don't get me wrong. I personally am going to not fully disagree because we have seen so many companies take established franchises and established male characters and replace them, but on the flip...
What games are you talking about? What games are you talking about? I need to know what games you're talking about. Final Fantasy has had male protagonists since, I believe, 4. I don't think there is a female protagonist past 4. People point to like a mage in 14, but I don't think that's right. The top billing of the game, like when you see the previews, it's a male, it's a white male. When you look at Devil May Cry, there's not a single female character that's as strong as the Devil May Cry characters. Like the demon characters, Dante, Nero, Virgil. I'm just trying to think. I'm racking my brain trying to think. Like I said earlier in the video, there's plenty of female protagonists that like are strong and interesting in their own right. But do you think that she complains about Nier Automata? No.
Side, I personally believe that Jin's story was over. Yeah, of course they could have milked him for all he was worth, and while I would have loved him to return, I don't mind having a game set hundreds of years later with a new character, because she clearly has his mask. She's clearly going to be referencing him. Like, he is going to be central to her story from what I would assume that we've seen in that initial trailer. And my stance on the trailer itself is that it looks really great. Ghost, the first game, was visually stunning, and this is...
She has like this thing going on, right? Like, she doesn't know exactly what to say because she likes it, and because people on her side of the aisle are jumping on it, she's just like, I'm trying to half agree, but I'm trying to like not put myself under the line of fire.
Which we're going to get into in a second. I always say that people are, of course, allowed to have their own opinions, but it doesn't seem that she's really able...
People are allowed to have their own opinions, but it's okay to clown on you guys for your opinions. I'm sorry. Like, it's my opinion that I could clown on your opinion.
...to hold back those...
Mighty Keith has said some shit in the past that I didn't quite agree with. I think that Mighty Keith is like, he plays both sides of the fence sometimes, and, you know, it's not something that I necessarily like. Like, he could be funny, but sometimes he could be, like, really strange about some things. Like, you know what I mean? I made a video about tiefling racism in Baldur's Gate 3 that centered around, like, his comments on somebody's opinion about Baldur's Gate, and like, instead of like saying something thought-provoking or something interesting involving, you know, being a black man in America, saying something about, you know, how, yeah, it does reflect our experience, but it's okay to play this game because it gives the idea of, you know, somebody, like, there's a race in this franchise that at least knows something of what we feel like, right? Like, something deep, something like interesting along those lines. He said, "You're an idiot. You stop crying." Like, you know, sometimes he could be really based, sometimes he can't be.
Opinions. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen, because this has been a big controversy on social media. But here's...
But it's a good thing he called him a loser.
Snippet of her social...
Look at this clown shit, right? Gender, all pronouns. Interesting. So maybe this could be a joke. This could be like a bait, and she's taking a bait. And look at her. She's like, I'm ready to pounce on it. I seen pronouns.
Her gender is all pronouns, so I guess she's a little confused.
Using the same, they're all following each other and using the same things. Like, I can't wait to see this.
So,
what did she say about this?
She's a little confused. She had previously posted back in 2019, for Halloween, I'm going to wear a sexy white bird costume, but only honk and be extremely shitty to people all night. So, right there, I mean...
You know, honking is what ducks do, by the way. This isn't racist. It's not even like, and even if it was, like, your people hold institutionalized power over, like, the western part of the world. Like, over a lot of the world. Like, what is the deal here? Does that hurt your feelings, you fucking white bitch? Because you get called white and you feel bad about that? You feel bad about having privilege over that's been rolled over hundreds of fucking years, and like making money and advancing off the backs of minority and like labor from people of different continents and countries? Fucking clown.
If Stephen Yoon wins an Academy Award, there will officially be more acting Oscars won by real Asians than by white people in yellowface. So you can see clear.
That's true. Look at, what a fucking dork. She thought she ate with that, but she doesn't understand what she's saying. Just like the last guy. There's nothing behind those eyes. Look at her. Can't you see? She hates white people. Oh my God.
And so this is somebody who, yes, is...
By the way, I just want to let you guys know that, you know, Japanese people also inhabit the United States. And not all of them think the best of white people. That's just how it is. And, you know, you're just going to have to get used to that. This is a game featuring majority Japanese cast.
When it comes to social issues and promoting diversity and inclusion. So this is somebody who,
She needs a new camera.
is definitely described accurately as a radical activist. Now, I always
Let's look up radical activist. This is going to be the last thing I look up because she's not even worth looking at the rest of this. Radical activist. Just so I have my definition right. Embraces direct action, high risk options, often including violence against others to achieve stated goal. So she called her a radical activist, which, you know, honestly, I think you could potentially like sue somebody for defamation because of that. It's hard to sue somebody for defamation, but calling somebody a radical activist, like, is you're basically saying that they could be involved in some violence. That could get people arrested and that can get people killed, by the way. Because some people, there are some factions of people that say they'll like give that information to like an officer or something, and they might think, oh man, I gotta take care of this threat. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that they do on that side of the aisle, and it's so strange. It's so weird. Why do they do this? There's no need to do that. You want to tell on her? You want to say that she's going to, like, I don't know, ruin people's lives because what? Because your fucking fragility. You feel like her talking about the plight of people and how unfair it is unfair to you because your fucking fragility. While you sit comfortable in your room with your fucking YouTube plaque. What a loser, man.
Really excited, a bit confused still.
Weirdo, fucking weirdos. Say it with me. These people are fucking weird.
Continue with Ghost of Tsushima 2. Ghost of Yotei does have a ton of potential to be just as impactful as the first game. Now, following the big reveal for Ghost in a region called Hokkaido, and filled with sprawling grass, eastern tip of Hokkaido, beginning of the Edo period, under the Tokugawa shogunate. And then they said, for our next big question, just how big is the open world for Ghost?
This just seems like, you know, a regular video, which is nice. You know, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I didn't watch the video fully, so I'm not going to go ahead and like it. But let's go ahead and see what Twitter is saying. Actually, I lied to you guys. We're going to make this a whole thing. Oh, wait a second. What just happened? What did I just see? How do I get out from this? Okay. Before and after the woke infection. She's the exact same person and she has a different haircut. What a clown. Clown-based material right here. Kilo Harrison. That person is a clown. And you can call him a clown too. Go ahead. What does Cerberus XT have to say? Cerberus is actually pretty good. I'm genuinely at a loss. How is that a dunk in any way, shape, or form? Exactly. Let's go ahead. Let's look at my Twitter. Okay. I'm trying to see more so about the games. Not particularly about Assassin's Creed. I'm not going to dive into that right now. Let's see. What does this say? I want to see what it says first. Because she's insane. Also, can't help but notice the article focused mostly on the mechanics of our game and not which Pokemon is most fuckable, which we spent far more time on in that episode, but fine. I guess I'll be the one to just keep us focused up on the important questions. That's actually funny. What are the other two things? Oh, there's more. Jeez. Abolish the police. It is unconscionable to allow this racist institution that terrorizes the citizens they are sworn to protect. Abolish the police. Look, now is the time to reach across the aisle to Trump supporters and tell them, fuck racism and homophobia and fascism. That's not a difference of political ideology. That's oppression, and we reject it. Yeah, eject that shit from the United States. Good stuff. Drunk guy got up in my face at the arcade to ask, are you single? While I was playing the rhythm game, sorry. I shot at, dude, if you bother me while I'm playing the game, I will kick your fucking ass. As my girlfriend and the Themi, what is that? Oh, Themi Fatal walked up to flank me. Haven't seen him since. All right. There's nothing wrong with that. I always love how you losers will be will be all, we can't say anything edgy anymore, and then crumble like a pathetic little whiners when faced with an obvious joke. The two other screens are fucking base, and the last one is standing up for oneself. Exactly, man. Strange behavior. Very, very, very strange behavior. Jesus. It's always an anime profile, too. Go woke, go broke. And no, Baldur's Gate isn't woke. Bro saw a trap coming. Also, yes, it is very much. Oh, man. Baldur's Gate is woke. There's themes of... Can we just put this to bed? Baldur's Gate... Oh, let me get a visual up. Baldur's Gate, alright, is very, very, very woke. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Like I said, all these characters that you see here, they're all the playable characters that you play in the game besides the Dark Urge. This character's pansexual. She will fuck guys and girls. This character's pansexual. He will fuck guys and girls. This character's pan, she'll fuck guys and girls. This character's pan, she'll fuck guys and girls. This character's pan, he'll fuck guys and girls. This character's pan, he'll fuck guys and girls. Well, and these aren't all the playable characters. I'm tripping. There's like 3 more. But they'll fuck guys and girls. They're all pansexual. Doesn't matter what you are, they will fuck you. And not only that, but they're all of different races practically, right? So Gale is a white human, Will is a black human, this is a half devil, this is a half elf, this is a high elf, and this is a Githyanki. They all coexist, and there are some themes of racial inequality in Baldur's Gate. I mentioned this with the tiefling racism that I commented on a while ago. There's themes of racism towards drow, and the drow aren't like, the drow have a history, but half of the drow, well, not half of the drow, there are 2 factions of drow. They both worship different gods, and one of them is nice and the other one is evil. It's like the same thing as saying, like, you know, like the bad drow are like a lot of people in Hamas, right? And the good drow are like the other people, right? That aren't militant whatsoever, you know? And yeah, I'm not even going to say every single person. Well, I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to say Baldur's Gate is woke. Stop with the cope. You're coping if you don't think so. You're just an idiot. And I'm done. Video over.